yes, so I'm here to kind of get you guys, we can take this where we want to in this discussion today. So there's nothing that is off topic, or there's no silly question or a question that you may have wondered and maybe you have not been in a place to ask it. This is the session for you to ask those hard questions. So hello. Is there anybody opposed? Are we recording? That's all that's what I was worried. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay, that was my next worry. Okay, hello. So I am like she said, I'm the director at South Philadelphia High School. I was born in Texas, raised in Kansas, so I definitely do understand the rural community. My school from K to 8 had about 13 kids in my class, in my graduating class. I classically trained French horn player. I went to Wichita Heights, went to community college, somehow got into Berkeley. And then I subbed algebra because I had to make money. I've taught in Texas as head band director. I've taught here in Philly almost 10 years, K all the way up to 12. And right now I'm currently 9 to 12. But I would like to take one moment here and honor and respect my student who has lost their life. He is now actually, when we talked to her 2 weeks ago, it was 4 kids that have been murdered since COVID started. We're at 5 now at our school, just at our school. So I'm just taking that moment to honor him. He really shined bright, and this is at one of our studios. Niggas never posted up because they never we do, they know I get active. Smoke a little truly, you know it's good. I wish you would. Look at this, yeah, there was a curse word there, but you know what? That's okay. They were having a really good time, so I like to honor his memory in this presentation. So let's get to the nuts and bolts of this. So hip hop, pop, rock, classical equals modern, maybe, or just whatever's happening at the moment. So like how we look at hip hop music and how it's not like, okay, oh, let's learn about the 80s. Okay, that's not what we're here to do today. I love and honor all of my 80s and 90s old heads because I love it. That's what I love to listen to. But that's not what our kids are listening to. They are listening to very new and very interesting hip hop. If we take the time and not think about the lyrics for a second, and we're just listening to the backtrack. The song I can think of off the top of my head that I just taught was Beatbox by Spot 'em Got 'em. Okay, like the song is not lyric wise, not good, but the piano part is awesome. It is 2 chords, F minor and C minor, and they already knew their F and C, and so it was really, really easy to transition to a minor, and then they want to learn and play that song. But how I got to that point and being able to do it on the fly, as the title has suggested, is trial and error in doing it in class. Like I would have the idea. So this is what's over here on this page here, where it says 5th grade making their own chord progressions in C with triads. So I know that like we don't want to go into like the half diminished and all of that stuff, but generically major and minor. And I was like, you know what? Be free with however you want to put together this chord progression. Because I just wanted them to use the language and become familiar with what, you know, a 1 chord is and so on and so forth. So I started the hip hop stuff with them through this. And through this, we went to the Pachelbel's canon, because I was like, okay, that's a very nice, easy chord progression, super standard, but there's a lot of pop songs that have done it too, like Hook. There was the Out of My Head Was I Out of My Mind, the no, I think it was Ariana Grande or Machine Gun Kelly. When they redid the fastball version of that, and it's the same chord progression as Pachelbel's Canon. So I like always just try to pull constantly from music that I listen to or have been exposed to. So using that, I got them bought into this whole system, and they were able to identify the roots, the thirds, the bass, the root, the third, and the fifth. And so if they were, let's say, in charge of the fifth, they're going to only be looking right at that line. So that's why I do it in this graph sort of way, so the kids can really understand it. Some examples of the Pachelbel's Canon, because are we familiar with this? Oh, why didn't it let me do it? Oh, we familiar with this? I like tacos. I like tacos. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so it goes on, and I'm gonna play a little bit. Just really get into the tacos here.
I like tacos.
Yum, yum, yum. 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 Yum, yum,
Special orders from Santa's you deserve a break today, so go get up and get away to
I wanted it to get to that part. The bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Because all of this, if we really just stripped it down, it's just rhythmic patterns. So that's what I translated that over. I was like, okay, like, oh, we did these chord progressions. Oh, we're gonna now let's do this rhythm, because that part, bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, Taco Bell, it is hard to do it over and over. And so I would have the kids in, like, groups of 4, whatever it was. And some examples that they did was, I like pizza, and then it went yum, 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 and then it was ketchup, mustard, buns, and hot dog, ketchup, mustard, buns, and hot dog. And then it was it was something about a pepperoni, and I really want to get some pepperoni, and they like did this whole thing, and they performed it in front of everybody. So this actually took about like 2 weeks to do. They worked in groups, they performed it, and like one person was the rapper, and they were still giving that chord progression, but it was within that classical realm. So they were still getting the information I wanted to give it, just in a little bit different manner. Boom. Okay, so here is some, and feel free, I can't see the chat. Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and interrupt me if you want to ask a question or anything like that. So some classroom examples, and these are, I don't like one of the examples I have up here in lieu of the Dr. Seuss thing, the racism. We can be blunt about it. And like this particular book wasn't part of the list, the Walk It in My Pocket. But I will show you what we did with it, which is really, you could probably do with any kid's book, is rap it. All you need to do is a beat. You just need any backbeat and you can rap the book. It's as simple as that. You may be like, I am a terrible rapper, I can't flow. Neither could I. That's why I rapped in front of kindergartners, because they didn't care. They were like, oh, miss, you're entertaining us. They had no cares. But the 7th and 8th graders, ate me alive. And I had to just be comfortable with being completely uncomfortable and just let him dog me. And I'm like, okay, well, you can't just, if you can spit, great. But like, if you're up here doing it, you can say something. But if you're not, like, let's work together. So this was the Walk It in the Pocket remix we did on a lunch period, because that's what we do. In my pocket. In my pocket. Walk it in my pocket. Walk it in my pocket. Walk it in my pocket. There's a walk it in my pocket. 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 There's a walk it in my pocket. Did you ever have a feeling there's a lesson in your basket? Or a neural in your nerve? Or a wasp in your basket? So I mean, all it is the kids just rapping the rapping the book. And then they all count. It was like a 16 count dance breakdown. I was like, all right, do whatever you want. So that's one example. Here is an example of just playing the modern band, because I know Maine is really, you guys are on the modern band scene now, from like with Little Kids Rock and stuff like that, that I know that is prevalent around. And so this was using that model, just jamming out, being crazy. And it's not perfect, but is any classroom. Oh God. That's not good internet. Well, we might have to wait for that one. I don't know if it's gonna work. Am I back? Did I leave you? I don't know what happened there.
You're here, but you stopped.
Oh gosh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't okay, we're back at it. Okay, here we are. Share sound. Boom, boom. Excellent. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that was weird. Sorry about that, guys. So as you saw in that video, there is like 4 kids on one drum set. Okay, like you don't have to have, you can have one kid just playing the pedal, because that might be the thing that can happen. I had a videographer in this class that took the video because they were kind of wild and you know, a troublemaker in class. So I made them like, I was like, oh, you know, you need to do some research on the videos, like, you know, and had them do a special task. This example is my high schoolers, and they actually got together with another high school. So I would suggest this even for maybe middle school and in high school. If you want to combine a school, you know, for a day of a festival, this is what was a really good model, where we use the Little Kids Rock guidelines and like the chord progressions, and they formed groups, and in 1 hour they had to perform whatever it was. So they had to really work together. They just met each other, like it was introductions, boom, eat lunch, perform. And I didn't know, you know, it was kind of an idea that my friend and I had at the last moment, because we had a speaker planned and my students were going out to her school for this great speaker, and then the speaker canceled at like 9 p.m. the night before. So we're like, cool, we're gonna have all these high schoolers staring at us and we have nothing to do. So we made up this, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I would recommend, kids can do so many great things when you leave them to have the space to create. This is not perfect, but But I want to show you all of the mistakes. That's what this is about. There is some explicit lyrics in there. I'm in pure freak out mode at the teacher right now. I'm running on this.
Let's go.
I have no idea what's about to happen.
Okay. Thanks, Mom.
I had to get it, no, I had to go. My 50 making sure I already know. I had to get it up. I had to get it, go. My 50 making sure I already know.
They continued the performance, but I wanted to show you all of that happened right there. Was that bell player never stopped. He had that Drake part down, and that was it. And that probably saved that whole performance, was that bell part. And it was the kids, we think, because when we were like in high school, or at least when I was in high school, middle school, there was a lot of bullying. There's still definitely, obviously, bullying that's happening. But when you get musicians together, they really want everybody to succeed and have a good time. And this just proved that point of the cohesiveness that can happen when they're allowed to create like that. I had no idea what they were going to rap about. And then showing them the video back, they thought they were on cloud nine. I let them have it for that day. I was like, sure, guys. So we watched the video back. I was like, I have no idea what you said. And do you know why? Because the way you're holding the microphone, and they're like, but miss, that's how everybody does it. And there was a whole lesson on microphone holding, because they wouldn't listen to me before until they actually experience it. Oh, you don't need to watch. Okay, so this is I enjoy this part of my presentation, and so please stop me if we get too deep. Number one thing on this page is whosampled.com. We can put that in the chat, maybe if I can find the chat. Whosampled.com is going to be your best friend. And we're going to go to it real quick, because this is going to save you from having to do and listen to a whole bunch of nonsense. So can somebody in the chat here, I'm just going to do it live. Can somebody in the chat put a classical artist, any person that we want here. I'm trying to find the chat. Where's the chat? Chopin. Okay. Let's see what we can. Okay. So we got some mixes. We've got some tracks here. Okay. Here are the connections. Blonde radio redheads. Oh, okay. This is good because, great example. Whoever, Ryan, thank you. Because now it just sparked this great thing. So we're going to listen to this. I'm excited now. So this is, it shows you exactly in the, where the sample appears and where it like appears throughout and what song it's from. So sample appears at 37 seconds in. So let's focus on it. Yes. And we can say here. Come on. Don't die on me now, internet. Okay, but we get the point of this. Now, the exciting thing that jogged my mind and this jogged my memory. Let's see. I mean, it's so tangled up and flipped around. Like, and I love that that's so many hip hop people do that, but you don't recognize what the song is. So who sampled? Who sampled? So this particular song, does anybody know what cartoon that there is a rap that is to this particular blonde redhead for the damage coded? Does anybody know what cartoon that there is a rap about this? Any guesses? Any guesses? Okay, you're on the right track with Adventure Time. Rick and Morty rap. So, okay, so this is where I actually had to perform this live. I did this rap somehow while playing the drums. I don't have that video right with me, but it is on my Instagram page because a student wanted to play this song. So this is the rap. It's amazing. So we're gonna hightail it over here for a second. And I didn't know this until the kid showed it to me. And then I was like, hold on, what's this song? What's this sample? And then it just, a rabbit hole happened.
This seems like a good time for a drink and a cold, calculated speech with sinister overtones. A speech about politics, about order, brotherhood, power, but then for campaign. Now is the time for action.
I'll tell you my darkest and whimsical story. Don't ever call me a typical Morty. I answer to nobody, Rick or authority. Smartest of all, sick of my wording. Cause when I was
Courtney, you're muted.
Well, there it was, the little snippet that we got before the internet decided to do its thing. So that Who Sampled is phenomenal. Use it all the time, take from it. It's there for your use. So the Hands on Beethoven. So I'm gonna say that we are not familiar with the Nas rap, the Nas I Can. So I'm gonna play just a little snippet here to get us in the mode of what I am talking about and what song we're using in the background here. Cool. I don't know if it's my internet or what is happening. think that you're still there. I have no idea, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if my roommate is, who knows? Anyway, so we're going to look at Nas. Oh, we were. The Nas I Can. So it's the I know I can be what I want to be. Okay, so that be boys and girls, listen up. You can be anyone, and God we trust. There's like a little rap that goes in there. Not the whole thing is appropriate for elementary school, but I said if your parents want you to listen to the song and listen to it with you, no problem. So we just use the beat behind it though. So we use this. Oh, what was that? What is happening? It is not liking me right now. Oh my gosh, it is just like not liking me right now, but that's okay. So what we did is we took that sample and then we wrote about Beethoven. So these were fourth graders that wrote this rap, and I'm going to pull up the Beethoven rap for you. Oh. Since it just decided to log me out of everything. Mishap here. Come on, Google Drive. So while I'm getting that up for you, there's always samples and all sorts of other hip hop. So here's another sample I like to use. This from a student. Maybe. Oh my gosh. So that's the Snoop and Dr. Dre sample. It's very, very popular on TikTok right now. A lot of kids are enjoying playing that. But it's the furlist that goes right into there, which is lovely. All right, Beethoven rap. Here we go. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna leave that up there. I'm going to play it from the background here, but I want us to go ahead and look at the lyrics as the students are rapping it. This was made by students. It took about 3 weeks. And this was with 4 different classes of kids. And I taught about Beethoven. I made him a real life person, and, not just an old dead white guy. But I was like, brought him to life, because I have to think of our classical composers as rock stars, because they were in the day. They were rock stars. They had shambles in their personal life, and that's what kids want to hear. They want to hear the gossip. They want to hear stuff that makes them alive. So that's how I taught Beethoven to them. So they were like super excited about it and super excited just to learn anything about it. So this is their rap. I'm going to play them in the background, and we are going to look along. And some great call and response solos.
We can't hear the music playing, Courtney.
Every time, okay, every time it's logged me out, then I have to go in and do that again. Let's see, the screen sharing. I'll stop sharing, then I'll share again so I can put up the right option. Okay, here we go. That was incredibly boring for you. Sorry.
Be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it. If I work hard at it. I'll be where I wanna be. I'll be where I wanna be. Be, Beethoven is where it's at. Born and brought in Germany, you know you gotta trust us. I love his children and we please survive. His dad was really mean, so it made him see that he had a limit of rights for all ability. When he was still a kid, both his parents died, and it made him cry, so he tried and tried. Then we went to Vienna, where he thrived. I know I can. I know I can. Be what I wanna be. Be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it. If I work hard at it. I'll be where I wanna be. I'll be where I wanna be. I know I can. I know I can. Be what I wanna be. Be what I wanna be.
Work hard at it.
If I work hard at it. I'll be where I wanna be. I'll be where I wanna be.
We know about Vienna and his Mozart too.
You'll make a big noise when he said about you. He always made a tantrum and he made friends too. He studied violin with a great Haydn. Even though the relationship failed, they both remained friends to the end. Moonlight Sonata and Berlin was written for all his many queens. I know I can. I know I can. Be what I wanna be. Be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it. If I work hard at it. I'll be where I wanna be. I'll be where I wanna be. I know I can. I know I can. Be what I wanna be. Be what I wanna be. If I work hard at it. If I work hard at it. I'll be where I wanna be. I'll be where I wanna be. He lost his hearing at the age of 28. He crafted masterpieces that will last forever. Symphony number 5. Da 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 da. He wrote a symphony while he was going deaf. Since symphony number 7 was his favorite. People call him crazy and even insane. He used to hear a trumpet almost every day. To hear the vibrations that made him sing. All about Beethoven, maybe you've heard. Not the Saint Bernard version. He's the real OG.
Now dancing. I know I can.
Always dancing. I'm like, and dancing? Yes. But they actually, I got to interview one of my students. It's on my YouTube page. She was in a presentation that she was in that class that did that. And she's now a freshman in high school. And she remembered way more than I thought she would have, like as a 4th grader, remembering what we did there. So this is Drowning in C minor, and I'm going to take you now over to my piano. So this is in the key of C minor, and it's an A boogie song called Drowning. Oh, I'll just hold on. So here is what a rehearsal sounded like. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. Wrist so icy, wonder why she let me help. I'm drowning in water. I just bought a cube and dipped it in a fountain. Everywhere that I go, it's a lecture. I'm surrounded. Bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. Hey, I'm drowning. I'm with all my homies. I don't go nowhere without them. If they don't let us in, they might throw shots at the bouncer. Activist medicine got it straight from out the doctor. I'm with RJ, but I call him me 'cause he's the shot. but I had to learn how to do that. Like I had to practice because I wanted to. Now, because they really, 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 really wanted to do that song. And the original lyrics are bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, B word, I'm drowning. Okay. And I was like, okay, guys, like we got to rewrite this. Like we can't even, like this is not happening. I love the C minor. I love what we're doing with it, but we got to do something else. So bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down, bust down. Help, I'm drowning. Works just fine. So, you know, you still have this, because drowning is used as a metaphor here. Like they're not actual, he's not drowning. He's drowning in emotion. He's drowning in society, is what this, like he is drowning in his community. So this is the actual performance. So we heard the rehearsal and it was just in C minor, and I will show you how I wrote this in a second. And this was in front of the entire school, and my teachers had no idea what I was. And the lyrics were about putting knowledge. He was talking about putting knowledge in your brain, and like really, really articulated it well. There. Okay. So in the corner here, I just saw you there. Okay. This looks like a hot mess, but this is what this look like when I'm doing it on the fly. Like I'm basically figuring out the notes for violins. I had these 3 violin parts. And as you see, it's like, I label the notes and then I'm like, okay, that's a high 3, that's a low 1, just to get it playing immediately. Because if I was to give them the rhythm and what it actually looked like, they'd be like, we can't do that. So they're doing it all by ear, auditory, and which is great. Like that's a skill that a lot of, quote, band or orchestra kids don't have. There's kind of it's intimidation to, make something up. And I try to make it to where it's not intimidating, and that, yeah, we can play funky rhythms. Yeah, we may not can read it, but guess what? We can play it because we know what it sounds like. So it's just giving yourself that chance to make the mistake. And sometimes the versions do not come out well. Like I tried to do, what was it? The Cardi B. Be careful. Be careful with me. Be careful with me. Yeah. Between a rock and a hard place of mud in the dirt, it's gonna hurt me to hate you, but loving you's worse. It all stopped so abruptly, started switching it up. Okay, but it didn't. It sounds crappy. Like it just didn't work out well. But it was fun to play, but not a performance ready. This Dreams and Nightmares is. So I'm gonna play you a little snippet here of, just so you're familiar with Dreams and Nightmares. I think you are.
Ain't this what y'all been waiting for? Ready?
So that's Meek Mills. So he's, a Philly-based rapper. And that is the Eagles, the Eagles warm-up song when they come out on the field. So the kids loved this song. So we were able to come up with a version. I believe that was in G sharp minor. I'm going back and forth between G sharp minor and C sharp major. That's it. It just sounds cool. And I'm going to show you where our artistry took us. We started with just kind of covering the drowning. And then by spring, we moved to Dreams and Nightmares. And this was our final product here.
I can work to
personal line that they can't tame. I committed to change, surely won't be the same. Urban Sigler, remember, cause that was that boy's name. Stop all the way committed. Y'all thought I was with it. I thought that this remix was about me reminiscing. I talked about it, not that there were students I was missing. I murdered these verses with so much sweat. So bad that you would send me to Alcatraz.
I have to stop it there every time because he says, I murder these verses with so much swag, so bad that it'll take you to Alcatraz? What? Excuse me, eighth grader? Amazing. And he reflected back upon this. I went and interviewed him a year later because he was into high school at that point. And he was like, I used way too many words. I tried to be J. Cole and it just didn't work. And I was like, well, I tried to guide you. You were dead set in what you wanted to do. Great reflection though. And this is what his response was when I asked him about how his experience with hip hop in the classroom. And
I might have had some of the best performances I've ever done in my entire life. From me doing a remix to A Boogie's Drowning for the winter concert, I had the entire school stoked and on the knees and just jumping up. And that charisma and that energy is just something that drives me when I'm on stage now. And also writing my own song, I never would have had a chance to do that or to shine like that, And to work with my peers, whether writing the song and practicing playing the instruments together, it was like a homegrown meal. It was a home-cooked meal of music. It was just meshed together beautifully. It was amazing. And to perform it at not only the spring concert for the parents, for the children as well, and during my 8th grade graduation. I don't know anybody that's ever performed during graduation. Me personally, I don't know. But she gave me the opportunity to perform. And not only that, she even made me write a remix to my own remix. And we performed it as an 8th grade graduating class. It got the parents, extended family, everyone so stoked, so hyperactive. It was just amazing day. Everyone was there. Energy, charisma, and the boost of confidence. It was all there. So,
don't you want an Irving in all of your classrooms? I had no idea that this kid was going to be it's a home cooked meal. I was like, what a beautiful analogy. Thank you, freshman. So he was going to quit music altogether until I was like, all right, what if I let you rap and let's figure this out? He was like, all right, fine. And that was just me being like, maybe I can do it. I had never done it before. I was just like, well, I can give it a try. Why not?
Courtney, you got a few minutes.
So, yeah. Got you. So this is actually my last slide. So that's perfect. So about how we use hip hop and what that word means. So when we, it's kind of like code for, people that maybe others don't care for, or they don't like that type of music because they find it vulgar, when it's really just a way of expression, just like country music, just like any music and art form is a form of expression. And now some of the expression is not, with a lot of the guns and rape and all of the bad things that are not good. We discussed that as high schoolers in my classroom. I'm like, okay, well, do we really see what this song is about? Do we see all the subtext? And when you break down the songs to them, they listen critically. They get that critical ear and they really start to dissect what they're listening to on a regular basis. Because to say no. So I want to leave you with Student and his rap. It's very powerful.
It made me use my music more. She allows me to come in here and practice freestyle whenever I need to, and it's helped me a lot. Like, or like if I'm with my friends, we'll go back and use the drums or the piano, and I'll just start making a rap or we'll start freestyling and doing something. That I made, and I did at my concert in school. I just turned 15, but it feel like I'm grown. So much pain in my veins, and my heart made of stone. Talking heaven and hell, talking life for that death. I got my fist in his grips. No wonder why some kids' wrist is filled with the slits. Yeah, but I don't ever judge them. Too much hate in my city, just know that I always love them. Said I grew up fatherless, and I just wish they free him. Cause all I wanted to be in this world was to be him. So when he coming home was the riddle while I'm small. My step-up had to raise me, never learned to dribble the ball. Thank God I had my mom, she stood by my side. Her fiance flatline, I hate to see her cry. My little brother, he's stressing. Older sister got depression, and I'm feeling all alone. And they got me second guessing, so I barely write it. I just recite it. In a bar, my cuz told me I'ma be a star. And now I'm going hard, ain't worry about your drips. And I'm just speaking that real, and it's flowing out my lips. Hope I never fall a victim to a hate crime. And I ain't got no iPhone, cause I don't wanna FaceTime. Yeah, and I got a destiny, and when it's all said and done, I hope that they remember me.
And that is where I'm going to end you guys today. I had no idea. He said he wrote down poems, and this came from that poem. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to put in the chat, if I can find the chat. My Instagram. Feel free to connect with me. I will always, Ms.Powers music. Like, I can connect you with students. I can, pop in, like when I'm going to be near Maine, I'll be in Boston soon. Or, in general, if you're just like, I am stuck, I have no idea what to do. They want to do this crazy song. I mean, I redid, you can see on my Instagram, I redid WAP to We Ain't Playing, meaning you better get to school because we ain't playing. So that's a fun one. Because it also pairs with Phantom of the Opera very well. So WAP and Phantom of the Opera, WAParia, check it out. I promise.
Thank you.
But I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you so much, Courtney. I think all of us got some awesome stuff from that. And I just got to say thank you. So.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry about the internet. And like right now, all of you are frozen. So I have no idea. I see, who is this? Jocelyn looks like this. That's all I see is this. Like she's about to karate chop me. But all right, guys, thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you mentioned the Chopin. That was